The people in Millie and Molly's class were excited because they had visitors.
What is she wearing?
She looks funny.
Why has she got that white stick?
Who is this girl?
Good morning, class. I'd like you to meet some guests. This is Mrs. Doyle.
Hello, Mrs. Doyle.
And this is Ellie.
Hello, Ellie. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be in your class now for one day every week. I go to the blind school on the other days, and Mrs. Doyle is my teacher. Oh, yeah, that's because I can't see. I'm blind. She's blind? But that's okay. I was born that way. And for the boy who asked me about my cane, it helps me find my way around.
Wasn't me. Don't laugh at me.
I can see you're not shy, Ellie. And you can certainly hear very well. Millie, Molly, will you take care of Ellie as she settles in, please?
Yes, Miss Blythe.
Bye, children. I'll be back in a few weeks to see how Ellie's fitting in. So please make her welcome.
Millie and Molly were always happy to help out, but this time they were feeling nervous. Ellie was so different. What would they even talk about?
So this is the playground. Aren't you going to show me around? Okay. I guess we'll start this way, Ellie.
As they took Ellie around the playground, Millie and Molly found they were bursting with questions and soon found things they liked about Ellie.
Why are you coming to our school now, Ellie? And why only once a week? Well, the teachers want me to be in a school with kids who can see, because when I grow up, I'll be working with people who can see. Oh, that's the swings. Thanks.
Ellie was confident.
And I'm only coming once a week because it's a tryout to see if I fit in here. How will Mrs. Doyle know if you're fitting in? She said it's about being accepted, which means I'm making friends, I suppose. And that the other kids don't make me feel, you know, like the odd one out. We're back where we started, Ellie, and you didn't fall over one thing. That's so cool. Another case solved by Super Cane.
And Ellie had a sense of humour.
Can I have a turn with Super Cane? Sure. Watch out, Molly. Molly, you silly Billy. She fell into the sandpit, Ellie. Have a turn, Millie. See how you go.
And Millie and Molly were very impressed by Ellie's skill with Super Cane.
Oops, the swings. Yep, right so.
So it wasn't long before Millie and Molly looked forward to seeing their new friend Ellie once every week.
There she is, Ellie.
But not everyone was so happy to see Ellie. Humphrey had never forgotten how everyone had laughed at him on that first day Ellie arrived.
Once upon a time, there was an old man and an old woman. They had no children and they lived alone in a little old house. One day,
We'll show her what it's like to be laughed at, won't we, Hoppy?
Gingerbread. His nose was a peanut, and
George,
his eyes were two
this'll
chocolate
get her.
buttons. He had a row of currant buttons down under his coat. The little old woman was about to put him in the oven to bake when she was surprised to see the gingerbread man jump up from the tree and skip across the
Can I
table.
hear a frog?
Stop, little gingerbread man, she cried.
Don't worry, I'll get it.
Man kept running.
Here's your frog, Humphrey.
Well, Humphrey, bringing a frog to class. I'm not sure what he's going to learn.
Don't laugh at me. This is your fault, Ellie.
Well, it looks like it's your frog, Humphrey, not Ellie's. And it's not a very funny joke to play on someone. Now, don't bring it to school again. Understand?
Yes, Miss Blythe.
But of course, one little setback wasn't going to stop Humphrey from trying to get Ellie laughed at.
What's that? Look. Humphrey, you dropped your satchel. Don't worry about Humphrey. I don't.
Millie and Molly were getting tired of Humphrey's tricks. But what would Mrs. Doyle think of them? She was coming back the very next week.
Ouch!
Mrs. Doyle might decide Humphrey had made Ellie feel like the odd one out, and Ellie would have to leave and find another school.
Oh, I know it doesn't feel fair, but sometimes it can take Humphrey a long time to learn things, and Ellie can't stay where she's being made fun of. I promise you, the teachers will make the kindest decision for Ellie. Well, class,
The big day came too quickly. It was time for Mrs. Doyle to decide whether Ellie should stay or go.
Can she stay, please?
Well, Molly, before I decide, I need to watch the class and see how well Ellie's fitting in. Take a seat, Ellie.
Oh, Ellie! Oh.
It's only a whoopee cushion, Ellie. Listen. That's funny.
I'll have that, thank you, Molly. I know Ellie has a great sense of humour, Humphrey, but it's not nice to play tricks on her.
Oh. 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 Give me ball back.
Humphrey, please stop playing tricks on Ellie. She might be blind, but it doesn't stop her being really nice. And fun. Don't make her feel like the odd one out.
I'm not doing anything wrong. Stop picking on me.
After lunch, Miss Blythe organised an outside game. It was a scavenger hunt. The first team to find all the things on the list would be the winners.
You need to find the following things. Listen carefully. Something smooth, something rough, something soft, and something that smells nice. Tom, Jack, Sophie and Meg are one team. Millie, Molly, Alf and George are another. Poppy, Chloe, Humphrey and Ellie, you're the third team. Ready?
No, it's not fair. I don't want her on my team. She won't be able to find anything and we won't win.
Oh, Humphrey, enough. Ellie will be as good as anyone else. You still have a lot to learn about blind people. Now, everyone ready for the scavenger hunt?
I've got an idea. Hurry up. Here's something that smells nice. Over here. An acorn.
Get it done, Molly.
Over here. A piece of bark.
Something rough.
Oh, it's over here. Wait, huh? What's this? Smells nice. Yeah, it's over here. A lunchbox. It's smooth. I've got the smooth thing.
Soon, each team was only missing one object. Ellie's team had to find the thing that smelt nice.
How about this stick?
Oh! Yeah! Not exactly. I can smell something. A pine cone. It smells really nice. Hooray!
Well, I like the stick.
The winning collection.
Poppy, Chloe, Humphrey and Ellie were the winners, with the other two teams happily tied in second place. But not everyone was happy.
Oh, it's not fair. I lost my frog, Hoppy. He was right here in my pocket. Now I'll never get him back.
Everyone be quiet.
What is it? Can you hear him?
No, but Ellie is super good at listening. And she might be able to if we can keep quiet. Okay, well... Our team was over here. Here he is!
Hoppy!
Wow! Ellie's amazing! Cool!
Thanks, Thanks, Ellie. Hoppy's special. I found him myself. Wanna hold him?
Okay, thanks.
It's a shame that everyone in class isn't so good at listening, Humphrey, or Hoppy would have stayed safely at home. Pay attention to Miss Doyle. Well, everyone, I've been watching your class very closely today. I think that Ellie has done a super job of fitting in here, and everyone in the class has helped her. So well done.
Yay!
Ellie's been so good at making friends that now she can start coming to your school 2 days a week.
Everyone was happy that Ellie was able to continue coming to their school. But no one was happier than her new best friends, Millie and Molly. Millie and Molly's class was just finishing their show and tell.
Well, that's most interesting, Humphrey. I'm sure that looks exactly like the flying saucer that brought your dog from Mars.
See, I knew it was.
You may sit down now. Thank you. Now, today, I've brought something for show and tell.
I can't wait.
It's beautiful, isn't it? A budgerigar made of china, so it's very delicate. I saved up for it especially. Yes, Molly?
Did it take very long to save up for it?
It seemed to take a very long time. I was so impatient to get it. But it only took a couple of weeks. The longest weeks of my whole life.
That afternoon, Millie and Molly saw something they wanted to save up for too.
Oh, look at those dolls' clothes. I think that pretty yellow dress would look just right on Dolly. And Jemima would just love the yellow and blue striped pajamas. They like yellow and stripes.
But Millie and Molly were going to be disappointed. They didn't have enough money for the dolls' clothes.
Not nearly enough. Don't worry, Dolly. We'll find a way to get you those clothes. That's right, Jemima. Molly and I'll just have to earn some more pocket money.
The two friends decided they could earn extra money taking people's dogs for walks.
Make sure Taffy Bogle is back in time. He mustn't be late for dinner.
We will. Oh.
Mr. Limpy was happy to pay Millie and Molly to walk Taffy Bogle more times than they usually did because they knew about walking Taffy Bogle. The two girls knew Taffy Bogle couldn't swim and to keep him away from the river.
Uh-oh. Come on, Taffy Bogle. Let's go another way. Good boy.
And Millie and Molly knew something else about walking Taffy Bogle. To always keep Marmalade locked up in the house, so Taffy Bogle wouldn't want to chase her and be too hard to control.
Here's your money. Thank you, girls.
Thank you, Mr. Limpy.
Come on, Taffy Bogle. See you again tomorrow, girls.
Bye-bye, Taffy Bogle. See you soon. A whole week of extra walks with Taffy Bogle, and we still don't have enough money. This is going to take forever. Jemima will be so disappointed if we don't get her those new clothes soon. Dolly, too.
So Millie and Molly began to walk Humphrey's dog too. 2 dogs meant twice as much money earned.
Millie and Molly.
Poor Humphrey had chicken pox and couldn't walk Zoldan himself.
Don't forget, Zoldan only understands Martian.
We'll remember. Zoldan, Zigada, Doa, Zanzigadoo.
So Millie and Molly spoke Martian to Zoldan and made sure they didn't go near the river with Taffy Bogle. And always made sure that Marmalade stayed inside.
Good dogs.
Because both dogs liked to chase cats and would be hard to control.
I wish we could get those dolls' clothes now. Me too, but we still haven't saved enough money. And do you see the nice doll's house, huh? Oh, and that toy pony. Yeah. Jemima would love to ride that. And Dolly would love to hold tea parties in that doll's house, wearing her new clothes. But we're going to be at high school before we can pay for those. High school?
The two friends were very impatient. They wanted everything, and they wanted it now. So Millie and Molly added Barker and Bouncer to their dog walking service to make more money faster.
Now be quiet, Barker and Bouncer. You don't want to be in trouble again for making all that noise. I thought they'd learned their lesson and didn't bark at cars or want to taste them. They just need to know who's boss. They won't ever do it again. Well, maybe we should keep them away from the traffic to make sure they don't have anything to get excited about.
From then on, Millie and Molly made sure they didn't walk Barker and Bouncer anywhere near busy roads. And they always spoke Martian to Zoldan.
Zoldan, Zig is that door.
And they didn't take Taffy Bogle anywhere near the river.
Come on, Taffy Bogle, away from the river.
And always, always, always they made sure that Marmalade stayed inside because all the dogs liked to chase cats.
This dog walking is so easy, Millie.
But with each day, the girls got more and more impatient as they waited to save enough money for the things they wanted to buy. So it wasn't long before Millie and Molly's impatience got the better of them.
Come on, Molly.
Not just yet. You need to finish your sandwiches.
But, Mum, it'll be too late to walk the dogs.
Well, then you shouldn't have spent so much time looking at all those nice things in the toy shop window. You have to eat your sandwich.
Okay.
And don't eat so fast or you'll make yourself sick.
Soon, Millie and Molly were so impatient to get to the dog walking, they forgot one very important thing.
Come on, Molly. Coming as fast as I can.
They forgot to make sure that Marmalade was locked inside the house.
Mr. Limpy, we're here to take Taffy Bogle for a walk.
As usual, Millie and Molly tried to avoid busy streets for Barker and Bouncer, as Marmalade followed along. And as they remembered to speak Martian to Zoldan,
Zoldan, Ziga do donasta.
Marmalade tried to get even closer to Millie.
Maybe we should walk another dog. They're all so easy to control.
But as Millie and Molly turned before getting Taffy Bogle too close to the river, something terrible happened.
Marmalade! Come on, Marmalade, run! Run, hold them! Barker, back! Taffy Bogle, come back! Don't go near the river, you can't swim!
But Taffy Bogle wasn't interested in swimming. He just wanted to chase Marmalade.
Stop running away! Look out, Bushbob! 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 Are you alright?
Better than my fishing rod. You'd better stop those crazy dogs. Something worse could happen.
Sorry, Bushbob! Come back! Stop! Come back! Sorry! Come back! Heading for the road! Oh no! Barker and Bouncer will chase the cars!
But Barker and Bouncer weren't interested in chasing cars. They just wanted to chase Marmalade.
Blimey!
Farmer Haggerty! Farmer Haggerty! Are you alright, Farmer Haggerty?
I'm fine, I think. But you'd better stop those animals before they cause some real damage.
Phew.
Sorry! Zoldan, dig it up!
Zoldan wasn't interested in listening to Millie's calls in Martian. He just wanted to chase Marmalade.
Oh, dear! Now be quiet, you noisy dogs. You've frightened this poor pussycat. And, oh, you've made me drop my lovely china budgerigar.
And it wasn't long before everyone was at the police station.
Yes, officer. Taffy Bogle is my dog. I live next to Millie, as you know, and I would like to say that Taffy Bogle is very rarely any trouble to anyone. Now, here are my ownership papers.
Oh dear. What a terrible mess. And all because Millie and Molly had been too impatient. So, Millie and Molly set about walking only one dog at a time, patiently saving up to buy Miss Blythe a new china budgerigar.
Oh, thank you both so much. Just like the original.
And Bush Bob a brand new fishing rod.
Oh, it's a beauty. Better than the old one.
And they saved enough to replace the plants damaged by Farmer Haggerty's truck at the park.
How do you like your new clothes, Jemima? I think Dolly loves her new dress.
And eventually, they even saved up enough money to buy the dolls' clothes they wanted. And as for the doll's house and the toy pony, well, Millie and Molly will just have to be patient. It was the first day of the school holidays, and Molly couldn't wait to get to Millie's house to play.
15, 16, 17, 18... Hi, Al. Hi, Molly. I'm counting all the ants. I'm going to Millie's house. We're going to have special holiday fun too. Bye. Have fun.
Watch out, Molly! The monsters from the moon are invading the park! I'll save you!
Thanks for saving me, Humphrey. Wait for me, Tomcat!
There's killer robots too!
Millie! I'm here! Millie, it's holidays! What are we going to play? I can't think of anything to do. Well, what about a picnic with Jemima and Dolly? But we always do that. This is the holidays. Let's do something special. I wish Tomcat and Marmalade were wild animals, and we could live in a cave. Yeah? Or they could be the royal lions of a beautiful princess, and they lead a handsome prince to find her castle. But they're just cats. Yeah, and we don't live anywhere interesting.
And that might have been the beginning of a very boring holiday. Until finally Molly had a very good idea.
I've just had a very good idea.
Whatever Millie and Molly were doing in Millie's backyard, it was a complete mystery to anyone watching. Millie and Molly had fun together, working away almost all day, until finally they had built their very own Cubby House.
This is the best Cubby House ever! We need to have a password. How about yellow? Yeah! Let's try it out. Halt! Who goes there? It's me, Millie. What's the password? Yellow! Enter. Well, the password works. I think we need to decorate the insides.
Millie, it's time for Molly to go home.
Hey, we can decorate tomorrow. Yeah, I'll bring some toys and some clothes. I can't wait.
The The next day, before Molly went to Millie's house,
Oh, my princess dress!
Molly started to make a plan about how to dress up for their cubby house and make it even more fun.
And my crown!
But she really should have talked to Millie first about what she was planning for the cubby house they shared.
So far, I have counted 125 ants.
Well, Millie and I are going to make our cubby house into a princess's castle where the princesses wait for their handsome princes to ride by, and they spend every day with their 2 pet lions, and they live happily ever after.
And do any robot monsters come and try to eat them all?
Of course not, Humphrey.
Well, it sounds dumb to me.
Oh, Humphrey, you don't scare me. Halt! Who goes there? It's me, Molly. What's the password? Yellow! Enter.
But when Molly went inside, she was in for a nasty surprise.
Why are you dressed like that, Millie? I'm an adventurer, and our cubby is an ice cave, which is at the North Pole, and Marmalade and Tomcat are our pet polar bears. And we hide in here from the abdominal snowman. But I thought it would be a castle in a fairyland, and we would be princesses, and Marmalade and Tomcat. No, Molly, an ice cave. We're having an adventure. You can't be a princess and have an adventure. Yes, you can, but it has to be a castle and no abdominal snowmen. No, an ice cave.
And pretty soon, the most terrible thing happened.
Well, it's my backyard, so it has to be an ice cave. Then I'm going home to my house. See if I care. Huh? Come on, Tomcat, we're going. Come on, Tomcat. You can't be friends with Marmalade anymore.
Marmalade didn't understand what Molly had said, but she could tell something very sad had happened. The next day was a very strange day. Molly tried to play at princesses by herself,
Oh, when will my prince come?
but it wasn't much fun on her own. And even her favourite riddles didn't seem to interest her. And Millie too was having a lonely day without anyone to play with. Even Marmalade was nowhere to be found. Marmalade was too busy watching, hoping that Tomcat might come to visit. But there was no way Molly was coming to play with Millie. So Millie decided to find someone else to play with.
Come on, Marmalade.
Who goes there?
It's me, Millie, and the password is yellow.
Huh? What password?
Oh, never mind. Would you like to play adventures with me, Humphrey? I've got a nice cubby. It's a cave at the North Pole.
I don't play with girls. Can your cubby be a rocket and take us to Mars to smash all the robot monsters out there?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Molly too went hunting for someone to play with.
1,455, 1,456.
Hi, Elf.
Hi, Molly.
Would you like to play princesses and princess and find a pretend castle?
Well, I would like to, but first I have to finish counting all the ants. Would you like to help me?
Well, okay, Elf. Tomcat! Tomcat! Stay here! We're staying here!
Poor Tomcat thought they were going to Millie's place to see Marmalade. But alas, Millie and Molly weren't friends anymore. By the end of the day, poor Molly still hadn't been a princess once. There'd been a lot of uninteresting ants to count with Alf. And poor Millie had been to Mars and smashed lots of robot monsters with Humphrey, but hadn't visited the North Pole, nor had a pet polar bear all day.
Oh, Molly, why'd you have to be so stubborn? Oh, Millie, why'd you have to be so stubborn? Don't rush, Tomcat. The swimming pool won't even be open yet. Tomcat! Marmalade? Mama? Hello. Hello. Tomcat found Marmalade. Yeah. This is the place where they had their kittens. I remember. It's the place where you and I made friends. Marmalade and Tomcat are really good friends, aren't they? Mm-hmm. They missed each other very much. Molly? Sorry. No, you go. Well, I wouldn't mind that much if the cubby was a princess's castle. Really? Because I was going to say, I would like to have an adventure in the Arctic. With you. Really? I'm sorry, Molly. About, you know. Me too.
So for the rest of the holidays, the cubby was a princess's castle, but located at the North Pole, where Millie had a pet polar bear named Marmalade, and Molly her pet lion named Tomcat. Humphrey was able to join in too, as the abdominal snowman, robot monster from outer space. And Alf got to count all the royal ants at the North Pole.
23, 120.
And they all lived happily ever after.